515. How many keys do you see?
My ladies, previously as indicated, I see the one in the lock and I see the one at the back of
you see two keys.
White piece and then the remote that's in front.
Basically two keys.
If you count the remote as a key, then it becomes a third.
No, I'm not talking about remotes,
yeah, that is two.
Colonel.
That is two that I can see.
And which keys would that be for?
As I said, I don't know. I can't remember the exact keys. And I can't
the one would be, it seems, for the front door.
I will not say it. I can't say it is the front door's keys.
You know, it's not a trick question. I see you don't want to make observations anymore. It's not a trick question. It's where you seal the front door and that's the key.
If that's the key, be taken from the photo that is proof that it is been taken, then that was the key. But I can't tell if it's a key because I can't remember that.
We go to photo 544. How many keys do you see there?
There I see two. The one with the
It would be the same bunch of keys than previously, but there are more keys.
If you can compare the two photos next to one another, then I can see.
I'm just trying to find out how are the keys preserved? What's the security about the key to prevent access to the house? So it's not, let's pick the differences, it's rather the security.
My lady, what happened after the lock was the house was locked? The keys was put in the evidence bag. It was sealed in the evidence bag and it was taken to the station. First night, that was the case. The next, I can't remember if there's the next day or the day after. We didn't put it in evidence bags again because we handed it in and then I took the keys and I put it in my safe in my office. That is the method that we did. But the first day it was locked there because, as I said, indicated, when I arrived at home, I said to myself, why didn't I take the keys and lock it in my safe? Because what prevents someone else to go and take the key again? So up to a stage we did this and then we started not to doing it anymore.
Well, I take you back to exhibit GG, your statement. To paragraph 12. You said, and that's now dealing with you following the blood spatter upstairs, going into the bathroom, where I pointed out to you, you were alone, but you say it's all wrong, you were with Hilton Botha. We've gone through that. Then you say a cricket bat with black signatures on was lying on the floor on the right-hand side of the basin. That's where it was.
That was the cricket bat.
Right hand of the basin.
Yeah. Describing the black signature, describing the exhibit. As I later, when we pick it up, we saw the black signature at the back.
But we are dependent on your observations.
As I indicated previously, my lady, I said the first when you doing the first person attending a crime scene, he made observations. The ideal circumstances is that person write his A1 statement. I was on the scene and then I was also involved in the investigation. So some of the things that we discovered later, I wrote it in my statement,
But we now dependent,
identifying it more clearly.
Colonel, we dependent to see through your eyes what you saw at the scene when you went upstairs the first time, to understand what the scene would have looked like, not so?
That is true, yes.
Now, of course, you would then describe that in a statement, a police statement.
That is correct, yes.
And what you described is what you observed.
That is correct, yes.
So what you must have observed was a cricket bat you walk in with black signatures on, and it was lying on the floor on the right hand of the basin. That must have been your observation.
Yes, that's my observation, and the statement is written on the 16th.
Yes. But
I didn't write the statement today, just after I went up. I write the statement has been written the 16th. So that is where you get the influence of investigating and attending the crime scene.
well, let me go back to my question. And that is in your statement. You don't you say, well, later on I saw a change situation. You're dealing in your statement with your observations the first time when you went upstairs. True?
That is true.
And all that we can expect from you is then to truly and correctly deal with your observations.
That is also correct, yes.
But that was then, you say, not your observation.
That was my observation, added with what I saw later. The same as what I was mentioning my lady about the white and the black cell phone.
Your observation was what when you went into the bathroom in relation to the cricket bat? What did you see?
The cricket bat was lying at the bottom of, on the tile floor, next to the basin.
But it was not lying with the flat side up, with the signatures up.
No, it was not lying with his flat side. That is true.
So
Later, when we pick it up, and that is what I remember when I write in my statement, that there's the signatures on the flat side.
The cell phone, the white cell phone that you did not see because in your evidence it was under a mat, I think. It was concealed.
And it was under a towel.
A towel.
A towel.
The photo, if I may take it there, if you bear with me, it's photo 108 and 109. Let's get them both. It's not spot the difference, it's just the photo of the white cell phone. Let's go to 108. And then we can go to a close-up. You can look at it at 109. Help me what is it that the photo portrays? And what should it portray?
The first entering of the scene, the cell phone was covered with that towel, or it was not visible like this.
But we received the photos of a cell phone lying in the open. That was not the observation. It was put there for purposes of a photo. Not so?
It's just, I don't understand your question.
That when you walked into that bathroom, that cell phone was not in that position. It was not lying open away from a towel and away from a mat.
I didn't see this cell phone when we entered it. So I can't say if it's, as I said, later on we discovered it. He was told to me that he was he was under a towel. So I didn't see the white one at first.
I understand that. I'm making a different point. I say when you look at that photo, that could not have been the scene that you saw.
When I first did.
Did you hear that? Hey! What time code is that?
The same with the next photo.
How are you, baby?
Photo. That could not have been the scene.
Something
happened in relation to the cell phone to make it visible.
To make it disappear.
About this cell phone, yes.
Yes. We're trying to find out When can we rely on a scene photo as a true reflection? And when
Thank
is
you,
it
my boo-boo.
changed?
Thank you, sweetheart.
There are a number of things that we're going to show you. And how does it work when you take photos?
Say that again.
How does it work when you take photos of the scene? Do you take
Okay.
it of the scene as it is, and then you have a second album and say, now train?
And did you sound,
We
Kwasa?
can also understand when to rely on
Cut the
a scene intact as you would see it.
Is it fine now?
That's the
My lady,
All right.
photos taken of the scene.
Good afternoon. Come to me.
Of all the photos, because that indicates what he saw when he photographed the scene. If there was photos taken afterwards, like this one, it doesn't mean it doesn't indicate where the cell phone was. It indicated actually when the cell phone was discovered. This is where we found it. After we lift up certain things. So then your photos change, because the first one indicates we didn't see this. And then we started with the investigation. And then you get additional photos. So the first set of prints, photos that was taken by Warrant Officer Warrant Officer van Staden, when me and Warrant Officer Botha took him off, that is the most important set of photos.
would be an opportune time, my lady.
Court will adjourn.
Daniel, rising court,